team fight. Very
ของยิก
simple.
you make best situation out of no
เป็น
situation
เกมที่ดีเป็นเกมที่ดี
Good enough for me, Jenkins. No need to elaborate. We've got that game ready. Let's roll on into our first game of the day.
Here, I'm Odie Pixel, joined by the fabulous Lacoste. Lacoste, I know, of course, you've been following both of these regions very, very close. We're finally going to get to see Aster and T1 coming into the playoffs to go head-to-head. What are your expectations looking at this first game, and what do you think about these sort of the scary picture on both sides? The Brood coming out from T1, but Aster having that old Terrorplay carry that seems to win game after game. Okay, I think Lacoste is just making his way over a few technical hiccups, but don't worry, that means you're stuck with me, just me for now. But here we go, bouncer runes are spawning, and we're going to see any action. It doesn't look like it. Monet has a bit of a look in at the top, but of course not wanting to get involved. And we'll see what lane setups we're going to have. Anything surprising? Doesn't look like it. Cuckoo obviously starting up top on the off-lane. Brood going to have Zephyr up there as well, trying their best to put some harassment onto Monet on the early levels. Bottom lane, 23 Savage playing that carry morph. He's going to have to do it into the spook lane and Mars, XXS Mars and Borax Phoenix. At least still have one hero and definitely could be a lane. No ways. Oh, there we have it. You're in. Lacoste, how you doing, sir?
I'm back. I'm good. Yeah, definitely. T1 against Aster. The best coming out from the both regions. T1, the team that improved the most in the second season. Definitely a team to look out for. 23 Savage and his signature hero morphing on the bottom lane, paired up with the Lion. This is a standard tier 1 lineup that I've seen throughout the second season. Whitemon really does well on the Lion, been able to get so many clutch initiations once he gets the Blink Dagger. But yeah, looking at the lane setup, morphing against Lion plus the cool combo. Phoenix and about Cuckoo, Broodmother, you know, not been impressed the most compared to some other Broodmothers, but I hope he's been practicing.
Sure. I mean, and this game, when you look at the Brood, can you see why T1 wanted to go that way with the ending of the draft? Is this a good Brood game, or are you looking at Aster's lineup and feeling that they have got ways to deal with Cuckoo and his spiders?
It looks like a good, and they don't have the one hero that can just go in and park himself in the lane. Probably gonna need to be Mars when TB goes back to jungle, but we'll see. Because like Lina is not sustainable. You want to give all the levels pretty much to Broodmother, and Enchantress can also get some farm in the jungle and leave some solo XP for the Broodmother. Get that level 6 early on, pressure to go back to Lucas Broodmother. He's been the only Broodmother that I've seen that invades enemy triangle.
Okay. Oh, bottom, white one. Nearly dying there. He's got himself good to go. And oh yeah, so far Cuckoo, I mean, he's laning pretty damn hot. You know, 12 for 2 against the 8-0 of Monet. Having that lane advantage here as there we have it. Rexing out the lane and actually able to get the first blood on him. So I mean, this top lane is, I don't think it could be going any better here for T1. This is a fantastic start up top.
It's a great start for them. And Lanham, he needs to be more careful. Usually he's the one playing these tanky position 5s, playing the Abaddon, playing the Treant Protector, so much better at trading. This time around, it's a Nyx Assassin 5. You know, this hero doesn't trade well, doesn't provide with much early on, something that Lanham does, extremely greedy player. Once he plays that Nyx Assassin, going for the Witchblade into Aghanim Scepter, especially if he finds that Philistone Spear.
Oh, are they doing
fake
regen down here? White one. He's only got one tango left to give him. So yeah, it's 23 Savage. He's going to have to be quite cautious down here. He's got the courier coming out, but just the Band of Elvins get no further regen. So definitely a chance for us to pressure. And look at this XXS. He's able to see the opportunity to get the spear in, but 23 Savage still with just enough strength to stop Aster from diving in further with the two of them. And he is going to have to be careful. So sitting under this tower, very, very low. And the pressure really being put on this bottom lane for 23 Savage.
Couriers are going back. They need to bring a healing salve. White one already bought one. XXS Mars had very impressed throughout the first and the second season. He might actually be the best Mars player in the world. Top lane, a lot of pressure. They didn't block the big camp, so Enchantress keeps getting these creeps. And now Monet.
I mean, it's Zephyr. He's just crushing it up there. Yeah, he's killing Lanham, he's killing Monet now. And now Lanham, I mean, he's got to run. I don't know how safe he's going to be either. He has got the spike carapace, so from some of the impetus damage, but they're having a fantastic time, this top lane. Zephyr and Cuckoo on the Enchantress Brood. They're making sure this Terrorblade has a really tough opening this game.
This lane just might be done. Like, TB, one more death, and he needs to get the hell out. Right now, doesn't have a Conjure image, so can't really farm the jungle that effectively. We didn't talk too much about the mid lane. It's pretty even in terms of CS 2020. Dragon Knight can't be really killed by Lina. Dragon Blood 3 points in it, so pretty hard to take down. White Album, he's gonna need to do some heavy lifting in this game. Like, he needs to be able to have a good game, because top lane is pretty much a disaster. 29 and 9 on Cuckoo. Last time I've seen him play the Broodmother, he invested a lot of gold in all these small items.
Is he gonna? I don't think he's gonna.
Mid game
Not
TD.
on Matt. Still Lanham just having to run himself probably all the way back to base here. No healing on him. Yeah, Zephyr continues to be a right nuisance. I mean, when you see sort of Zephyr have this strong start, is there potential for him to make moves? I mean, are we going to see action coming over towards the mid? You know, what do you do with such a good start that you've had top as T1?
You can rotate to the mid lane, though. There's a ton of kill potential, especially with the siege creep approaching. Dragon Knight about to hit level 6, has enough mana sustain with the soul ring, so potentially a kill there. But what he's doing right now is just giving XP to Broodmother, because he set him off for a really good start.
Yeah, no, he really did. Cuckoo is going to be very, very happy with this. You know, top CS. Now able to start putting the pressure into the tower. And
Monet's gone.
Just still look. He's looking a bit lost. Where did he? He's just got to hit the jungle creeps, right?
He has to. Right now, he was just leeching XP until he got that level 4, gets the Conjure image, and now starts the jungle. Top lane gone. Once the top tier 1 tower falls, it gives Broodmother even more space to play the jungle. So he might be able to go inside it, might be forced to go inside the triangle and farm there.
See around the mid lane as well, Zephyr did grab himself an Invis rune, essentially laid down by Aster though, so they'll be ready for him heading in. Zephyr just making the walk through the jungle. Seeing if he can potentially find Monet and put pressure on. Meanwhile, on the bottom half here, 23 Savage did sort of have a similar struggle at the start in regards to CS. He's level with CS as Monet. So definitely going to be a game where, you know, the eyes are going to have to be on these offlaners. They're going to become quite the beast. XXS still a little bit, well, quite a bit behind Cuckoo, but the way they split the XP, you know, Cuckoo already level 6. He's got those spiders building up. XXS, he's only just about to hit the 5, so without a doubt, Cuckoo just leading this game yeah, with a huge charge.
Yeah, and we can see, I said the TB needs to be in a triangle. He was sitting there waiting until the creeps respawn, because Lina was farming it, and now they put the Mars on the top lane. Like, this is their only option. I've seen a lot of Mars just keeping the casual Ring of Health. This time around, upgraded to Hood of Defiance. Wants to be able to tank it, and he even puts another point in God's Rebuke. Lanham.
Oh, he's dead. Easy kill here for Cuckoo. I mean, but it doesn't seem like a fun next game to play. You know, Lanham very much struggling anytime he comes near Zephyr or Cuckoo. These heroes deal with him very easily.
Yeah, usually when I see Lanham, he goes Nyx, Nyx, Nyx. This time around, it's just one sad Nyx. And they collapse on the mid lane. Cuckoo, I love this rotation. Goes to the mid lane. Same goes for Zephyr. He's lurking around the mid lane. They want to secure this tower. Dragon Knight can tank all the damage pretty much. Such a good game from T1. And 23 Savage, he understands there is going to be some kind of rotation to the bottom lane. I better TP to the top, get the XP. Mars can't kill me unless I really mess up.
Oh man, as you say, this Cuckoo Brood, he's all over the place. You know, this is not your stationary Brood. He's from top lane to mid, and as you expected, you know, into this triangle. This is, you know, he's just pretty much taken over the whole map. And then, you know, if you're Aster, how do you play against this? Do you have to sort of group up and try and hunt down the Brood? What's the best move for Aster right now?
They need to use Arena if they want to catch the Brood. And here we go, Arena drop.
Laguna and the spear, that'll do it. I throw everything down here onto Cuckoo, but oh, gets denied. He got died to a neutral creep, Lacoste.
Oh! So nothing.
Oh, no. Well, there we go. Oh, no.
At least he doesn't get a free TP.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but yeah, that's definitely a bit of a rough ending to that one there for Aster. Not even getting the kill. Oh no.
And they need to set up some vision in the triangle. The Radiant vision to be able just like there is one ward on the high ground, but maybe one deeper one just to be able to allow Cuckoo to play more aggressive, because that is gonna, you know, set him back a bit.
She's so fine. Coming up the sort of carry matchup still. 23 Savage with nearing a 1k advantage against Monet. Still going to be a very slow ramp up here for the Terrorblade. White right down now, bottom, trying to find his level 6.
Terrorblade doesn't feel really like a carry right now. Needs he has the same amount of farm as Enchantress pretty much. So yeah, position for Terrorblade coming into your pubs.
As definitely the scarier of the two right now with how much pressure this Enchantress has put on. Monet, he's out of that top half of the map. He's down towards bottom. TP's coming in. Carl, he's going to be able to TP and open up the Dragon Tail Stone onto White Album. If they've got enough burst, they have their fingers up. That's going to be White Album gone. Getting a little too close there to them as Carl pretty much TP's right in front of the face of White Album, and he's not able to get away in time. An easy catch and kill there for T1 on the defense.
Aster still needs to get a single kill on the board, unfortunately for them. Yeah, it's about that mental game, Owen, where neutral creep stole it, mid lane, Aster.
Success. He's got the backup of Monet, and there's not going to be anything that helps XXS here. He cannot save him another game. 5 for 0.
Both of his abilities used, didn't have anything left to give. This Enchantress has been very active early on. They've been controlling the jungle, and something that I mentioned, you know, the Cuckoo trying to invade the enemy triangle, and here he comes again. Because this is where the most farm comes from for TB.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Cuckoo can sort of make his presence known around here. Cause a lot of issues for sort of the farming pattern that Monet wants to get back in. You see him back at base and deciding where to head. Now, where is actually going to be safer for him to farm, and it's not an easy decision to make with how much control T1 is just exuding across the map in these first 15 minutes. Bottom lane Carl get caught in the arena, and they'll have to burst for the DK. So again, Aster trying their best here with the group up. They bring the full 5-man down here to get a kill. Ideally, though, for them, on top of that, they need to get an objective, and they will start pushing towards the tier 1. Problem is, top lane, they're starting to get some pressure onto their own tier 2. 23 Savage, Cuckoo pushing in.
Clip already used by Team Aster, so they need to force a rotation. Right now, they have way too many heroes at the bottom lane. Like, TB doesn't have a meta. Pause the game.
Oh. Okay. Briefly unpaused.
Apparently, that's allowed. Don't click F9. Oh, when we do not want to test it if we can pause the game.
I don't want to test the F9. Don't press F9.
Hands off keyboard. I'm just using my mouse right now. Some deep vision set by Team Aster. 2 wards, pretty much covering the same spot. They see EP rotations on the outpost possibly, so even if one gets devorded, the second one will still give you that vision that you need, something that you don't expect. And Cuckoo on the top lane, taking care of the outpost, the hood down, going into pipe to be able to tank up. This is where the most damage is going to come from. Early magic damage from Lina, from Mars, so he wants to be able to tank up his team. They could potentially go inside the pit, like if they get to 2 kills. Right now, Dragonite getting closer to Blink Dagger, so once he have that, it will be much easier to set things up. There will have that instant initiation.
Go Aster, out on the hunt. They want to find Cuckoo. They want to find that pesky spider. See if they can get the capture of Cuckoo. They've got their read out. Spiders are gone. And Cuckoo, he'll try his best to dodge the spells. We'll dodge a fair few of them. It's a good effort from Cuckoo, but unfortunately for him, not enough to save his life. Aster, they'll be able to take him out once again.
Yeah, they need to be playing around the Broodmother. Broodmother is super tanky. If there's one stun, pretty much one spell that can keep them in place, possibly Lion, and here we go. Smoke coming out from T1. 23 Savage, Mask going into Yasha, SNY, just to have that status resistance against all of these stuns. White Album, that's full, Yule's done.
And he's going to be heading back, won't be caught off by this movement. Heading back to refill the mana. They won't find anything with the smoke T1. Cuckoo back in action, ready to start putting the pressure on in the middle lane. Monet finally finding himself some good space down bottom, but still needs a fair bit of time. A lot of recovery still needed here from Monet's Terrorblade to catch up to the likes of Cuckoo and, of course, 23 Savage, who's having a fantastic recovery after what was a tough laning stage for him, at least, that Aster did put against the Morphling.
So far, 23 Savage has been farming, not involved in a single kill. Once he has that SNY done, status resistance is going to be great. They don't have that real save, like they don't have a saving tool, they don't have a Glimmer Cape, nothing, Nature Attendance, not even skilled. For the Enchantress, Zephyr wants to be able to scale, and he's going to become like that another core from position 4 once he gets the items.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Of course, even able to grab some of these TB illusions, get them to farm for himself. You've got to watch out for Zephyr's potential as the game goes on, as we've already seen 3-0-1. A very good start to the game here from the Enchantress. Aster and T1 getting close to one another again. Cuckoo sending out a spider here, lone, a scout spider to get some information. We'll die for it, but it's valuable information the young baby spider gets for the team.
Lanham thought that they were doing Roche, will bring numbers, take back the outpost, so they get some extra XP. T1 kind of slowed down the game a bit after those 2 deaths on Cuckoo. They do not want to risk too much. Is there a smoke available? There is one. I guess they're just waiting Carl to finish off the creeps on the mid lane, and they're gonna smoke.
They know that there's going to be the temptation from Aster with the ults back online to group up and try and hunt down someone. T1 want to be the first to strike, and they catch Lanham.
But
the biggest, the core kills. Here's Nyx is out. And now down the mid. See what sort of pressure they can put on with the Nyx assassin gone. Just losing a component of Aster's setup and teamfight might be enough to really make Aster think twice about.
It seems like they don't want to go.
Yeah.
Might go inside the pit. Like, they have enough damage, they have enough sustain coming up from the Morphling with the spiders. So it's gonna be Mars getting closer to his Blink Dagger. That's gonna be their form of initiation. White Album, however, I've seen pretty much every single Lina going for more of a right-click oriented build. This time around, he wants to get Ether Lens, just more for cast range. Zephyr, nice tornado there on pretty much everyone, slowing them down. Roche dropping low.
Yeah, T1, are they going to get away with this? It looks like they will. Aster not able to step over in time. As, there we have it. Aegis picked up by 23 Savage. Now he's going to be feeling even more safe as he gets that build up towards the E-Blade.
E-Blade against T-Blade, very effective. You can easily blow him up. Always going to be that threat, especially amplify the damage coming out from your Lion.
They're going to have huge amounts of burst. I mean, of course, trying to build up his health pool here. Monet getting the S&Y after Dragon Lance. He'll have a good amount of strength, good amount of HP. But, yeah, still that overwhelming burst. Probably going to be too much for him to deal with. And as of the moment, no sort of defensive items or capabilities from the rest of Aster. So if they do find the focus onto Monet, it's going to be rather hard for Aster as a team to keep Monet alive if T1 find their target.
Everyone's itemizing more for themselves in this game. You have Phoenix going for the Spirit Vessel to be able to go through the stankiness of a Morphling, Dragon Knight, even Broodmother once she uses that insatiable hunger. And next Assassin, that's just a classic Lanham build. Falcon Blade, position 5. Does not get more greedier than that. I don't think you can even, you know, maybe Hand of Midas is a bit greedier, but it's up there.
I mean, it's yeah, definitely one of those items that you find there's just some pro players that they just love it. Like, they'll be building Falcon Blade, doesn't matter how the game's going. It's they sort of just see it as a crucial part of their hero's build-up.
Yeah, that's what Lanham has been doing. I don't think anyone else is being as greedy as he
just Lanham.
It's Lanham. Like he plays ABBA, position 5, phase boots pretty much every single game. Orb of Corrosion. He wants to go in, get those right clicks going.
On a main tier 2 tower, going down here. Now they'll put the fortification. T1, they don't want to stick around though.
I guess they give it to Phoenix, but knowing Lanham, like he wants to get the hands on the precious. Yeah, Lanham is like Golem, dude. Like for gold, he wants all the gold in the map. Look at him, like he's taking this safe farm right now.
Wants to get his blink here, Lanham, but still quite a bit away. XXS gonna drop the arena onto Zephyr. No, we're gonna have quite enough burst. Zephyr's pretty tanky, yeah. Zephyr, he's gonna start walking this off. 23 Savage turning into the Mars there to bash them back, and it's gonna give Zephyr the space to get out of there. So for Aster, that's an arena put to waste. And so that could be a cooldown that T1 could look to play around and abuse, of course. 23 Savage still with a good bit of timing on the Aegis.
23 Savage turned into... Yeah, 23 Savage turned into Mars, just use the voice line, "This is Dota," after they failed to kill Enchantress. I love it.
That's smart stuff. That is smart stuff. I mean, with just 20 minutes, not a lot of kills, not a lot actually, it's just 6-2. It's all in all, just a huge control of T1 in this game. And as you say, well, this is going to be a bit rough for Aster, right? Aster, they've got to try and pick themselves up, because you're turning up to the major. The first game you play, if you're having this sort of slow start and tough opening, it's not going to be great news for you going into the rest of the series, the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. Whoever got the first, they don't get to play many games, like compared to some other teams that played like 15 games or whatever. Like they know, and some of these teams didn't play in a very long time. Like last games were in a month. They definitely played some scrims, but yeah, I don't know how good grasp of a meta they got right now, because this is the Aster meta shifted a bit. Like we see these. Dragon Knights Axes being played on a safe lane. Aster pretty much with their standard lineup, you know. They have this Mars plus a Phoenix, Helena, standard stuff. Now they're knocking on their tier 3s. There's still 50 seconds left on Aegis.
Let's see how much T1 can get away with here. Monet, how's his progress looking? SMY done 1500 onto the sky. So still a bit of time. It's going to be too happy turning up already. There's the jump straight in. They blow up Lanham. And looking over towards XXS as well. Lanham buying back here to try and stop any further diving here from T1. Pressure. His teammates 20 seconds. They're time for the good up. They're able to blow it up at a time that 23 Savage is going to be pretty happy of. Gets the use out of it before it expires. They'll take the tower. Got a little bit of time left on the Elder Dragon form. They want to try and get in onto the racks, but it looks like T1 will play it safe. They know they've forced back the whole squad of Aster. T1, they're happy with taking the tower and just looking to continue to play this game out slowly and safely. BKB done on 23 Savage, so he's going to be pretty much impossible to blow up unless they get that initial opening stun. He's going to look invincible in these team fights. As Aster, they'll start to step outside of the base, but what do they do?
They need this, I think, next set of items for themselves. Lina has 2,000 gold saved up, going for a Blank Dagger. Interesting, but like, you don't really scale. He also didn't go, oh no, he didn't go for the damage talent, went for Dragon. Well, this talent is so underwhelming compared to the other one. Like, even if you want to go for this type of a build, like if you want to go more Spellcaster, you still want to take the damage talent.
Yeah, I guess that's fair, just because of the fact that you are a hero that has an inbuilt steroid with the fire. It's always going to do more damage, just flat out with that. Having the lower cooldown on your nuke is it's never going to be as good.
Stun? Where's the Hex?
Going to turn, get the stun on 23 Savage, but Lamb's looking pretty dead. XXS is going to jump in, but he gets Hex. They save the Hex here for XXS, draining the mana as well. Get the spear up onto Zephyr, but 23 Savage can't with the BKBs just push on forward to take down the Mars. I mean, Aster, they're trying to get a fight going, but T1's just fully prepared for them there. Great stuff from Whitemon, just keeping the Hex ready for the Mars. And Aster, they're really struggling. 9 for 2 against them. They're down 10 BK here, 23 minutes in. T1, I mean, I don't think they could have turned up to this major in any better form here. This is top stuff here from T1.
Yeah, great initiation on Hex XS. There we go, with a bit more control, and I don't think they have enough damage. Like, 23 Savage feels very confident going in. They even have like a stamina saving tool, 20 Holy Locket charges on the Enchantress. This item has been more popular lately. If you have a heal, you can buy that item. The item went pretty much from Holy Locket to Holy Shit Locket, because it's that good.
No, it really did. It was one of those items that you sort of forgot was in the game for a long period once it was added. Definitely in a much better place right now, as we're seeing. These Enchantresses, Phoenixes, they all want to get their hands on the locket. Aster.
Super tanky, just keeping a casual Ring of Protection plus a Raindrop, has a magic resistance talent on top of Hood plus a Pupil's Gift.
Yeah.
So super tanky. I don't know if they can even blow her up.
No, and that's why, you know, Zephyr with the gem at this point of the game, he knows that that's in pretty safe hands on himself. He's going to look for the jump, and he's going to get the stun off onto XXS. Lana Hex into the stun for 23 Savage. That's Lanham gone. XXS will lay down the arena, but there's no point yet. They do have the Supernova going up for the high ground. The stun will buy a bit of time for XXS, not enough. XXS still dies. They'll jump in with the Laguna, but it's not enough. Burst, 23 Savage is fine. Turn their attention back in. Carl will instantly get used by White Album, so Carl won't be able to get the jump on him. Again, Aster just losing fight after fight.
Quick reaction there from White Album to be able to, like, he precast the Yule Scepter on a Dragonite. If Dragonite gets the stun, he's pretty much dead. White Album. This is why Lion, Shadow Shaman are so good against Nyx Assassin. Even if you get the Carapace, like he can't follow it up, or you can surprise him with that instant initiation. He goes in, great play from 23 Savage, turns into Nyx Assassin, and then gets a two-man stun, burns some of the mana. Like, none of the heroes like to play into mana burn, especially TB. He wants to be able to get that Sunder off, has a magic wand, so potentially there is a turnaround play, but needs to be very careful about it. They still didn't take those melee barracks.
They might have a chance of now. Good timing still on the outer drone form. XXS will jump with the initiation, but White wants it with the counter. Comes to the Hex, onto the Mars. They're trying to burst through Carl, and this time they're able to do so. Aster bring down the DK. They can catch more XXS. He's got the arena down onto Zephyr. Do they have the burst for this man? Light Strike Array down onto the Enchantress. They'll pin him to the wall. Monet's trying to counter this. And Zephyr, he's still alive. He's out. He's pops the Holy Locket. He's going to live. Monet dies. And 23 Savage is in with the BKB. The burst is there from Whitemon. As they may have killed the DK, but they lose Monet, and they can't get anything more than the Dragon Knight. Not even this Enchantress, as we see everything thrown down onto Zephyr. It's not enough.
That Med Barracks is just not going down. And as you said, Zephyr way too tanky with his item build. Now going into mech. They might need another form of a Dispel. I would love to see a Holy Locket being built against the Fire Spirits, against the Sunder, great, and also against the Spirit Vessel. Because Spirit Vessel kind of ruins all 4 heroes, everything except Lion. Now they're gonna go inside the pit. That's the second Roche, the most important Roche in the game. Cheese plus Aegis on top of the Shard. Scan use the Radiant. Aster, they're not even close.
No, there's no chance of getting here in time. It's T1 continuing to just pull out a very smart performance here. Not leaving any chances for Aster to really get themselves back in on this. It's looking almost impossible really for something to happen to allow us to turn this one around. It's going to rely on sort of T1 diving or making too much of an aggressive move, but as we've seen with the restraint that they've shown, slowly chipping away at these mid racks. You know, this team, T1, they're not going to make that sort of mistake.
Now, T1 is playing extremely cautious this game. They don't want to risk too much. Shards picked up by Lion and also by a Broodmother. So Silken Bola, AoE spell, and mischance to 80%. Like, it's literally 8 out of 10 attacks, which is pretty insane. But to go back to Lion, I think this shard is extremely good. You're caught inside the arena. You use Mana Drain on multiple targets. You kill PB illusions with it. They have no abilities that go through magic immunity, so he's gonna be fine.
No, absolutely, yeah, it's going to be huge. I mean, we've seen the way he's trying to play against XXS. It's going to be such a nuisance. You know, XXS, of course, not with the biggest of mana pools. He jumps in, one disable, you know, Hex into the mana drain, and by the time the Hex has come to an end, it's very likely that XXS, he's just not going to be able to get his combo off because of all the mana that Whitemon's been able to take away from him.
I've seen so many Lions just jumping in, using the mana drain on multiple targets, being magic immune.
Yeah.
They group around and try to kill him, and then like some of the big spells land. Like let's say you have a Mars plus Lion, then Arena, or anything that you know, has big AoE. Right now they don't have that one ability, but still very, like, one of the best shards in the game. I feel like I say that quite a lot, but it definitely is one.
Right, Skadi done. On his way towards the BKB. We have seen Terrorblade win some very tough games. This one would definitely be one of the tougher ones if Monet's able to swing this one around. Down a fair amount, and a lot resting on his shoulders. Of course, right behind him is White Album, going for this incredibly elusive build. The bots, the Yules, the Blink, he's all over the place. But of course, with this sort of build, if they do get on top of him, he's going to be in a whole world of pain. Yeah, exactly. There's not going to be any saving this Lina if you know, Carl Whitemon catches him with the stun.
A lot of mobility items. He also invested into Boots of Travel, not really utilizing the item too much because their pickoff potential is so good. You have Lion with the Blink Dagger, you play on the other side of the map, and here we come again. They want to get this mid barrel so badly. Aegis plus also Eye of Skadi on Morphling.
Nice, huge cheers, 22 Savage. How can they stop him? Of course, Monet wanting to refrain from TPing back to try and get as much of his BKB farmed up, but now with the pressure out, they still want to do their best at keeping these melee racks up. The fortification comes out. A couple more hits here from Sam. Finally, just the one will do the job. There we go. They can go for more with this. They still have good time left on the Elder Dragon form. They're ready to sweep straight round towards the bottom. Aster, they weren't able to defend mid. Are they actually going to be able to defend bottom? Carl jumps in aggressively, ready to start the action. One just gets destroyed. They blow up the lead. They have the buyback straight away. They're in with the egg. Savage and Cuckoo starting to back off. They'll get the large strike rate down onto 23. He's still got that Aegis.
Nice.
They'll burst him at once. See if they can go for round 2 on the mall. 23 Savage is coming up. Large strike rate is timed. Carl jumps in with the start onto Monet. Again, we see Whitemon just draining the mana, stopping them from being able to really make much moves at all. White Album tries for the setup onto Carl, but it's going to be no follow-up. They've got to reset, get themselves back to base here, Aster. They'll keep the bottom racks and tier 3 alive for now, but a costly defense, of course. White Album, the mid, having to buy back for that fight as Aster just continue to fall financially further and further behind.
They will go back. They need to reset their BKBs. They need the Dragon form. Even though meta is down, they managed to get that buyback out of White Album, which is a pretty big one. And you can still see them respecting the damage coming out from the Terrorblade once he's in the meta. I want to see this Holy Locket. I want to see this item being picked up so that they have another way of dispelling things.
Yeah. No, for sure. And we'll see 23 Savage sort of adapting the build a bit. He's got himself a Blink, so more of a chance of getting in, being able to get that first hit down onto heroes like White Album's Lina. Because he knows now at this stage, if he can jump in, commit, blow up the Lina, the game is probably going to come to an end. As there will be, of course, no buyback left on White Album.
Here comes Dragon Knight. That's a ton of damage on the tower. Already gone?
Yeah, the rack's not standing much of a chance either, but they're not to heal them up with the Sunray, but there's the burst from 23 Savage. Lanham's gone. Has got a buyback, but no chance of getting here in time before the bottom rack's full. The second set taken by T1. 23 Savage ready to lead the charge straight up to the top lane. So they know that there's very little that Aster can do to hold them back.
Meta back up in 35 seconds, but they need to hold. Mars.
That's the easy. They can blow Carl. Get the opening there, able to take down Carl. 23 Savage is in with the BKB. He's focusing down the egg. Not quite able to take it out though. The egg will survive. 23 Savage still able to pump the cheese, turn into more ball racks. Lanham has got enough control on 23 Savage. Over to the side with a wave, but 23 Savage turns into the next assassin. Gets the stun off one of the two of them. He's running up the strength. 23 Savage is still alive. Cuckoo in with the damage to blow up Lanham, and he lands. 23 Savage, he's still surviving though. He's out to the side. They can't kill this morph. Carl's flying back to get back over to rejoin the fight. Whitemon standing his ground here, draining the mana. He will die for it, but now XXS and Monet, no mana to play with. If T1 see a chance to get back in on them. Of course, Aster now down 2 heroes without buyback for the defense. T1, they want to keep pressuring this as this push should lead them towards the megas.
This is going to be the mega creeps because Enchant Chris pretty much killed him back to full HP. He shift everything to attitude. It's done by DK.
And comes into the front lines to try and start a defense, but immediately blown up. XXS gone. Monet also out, and they'll tap it. They'll tap out here. GG is called as T1. I don't think they could have had a better opening here to their showing at the major. This game one looked as good as it gets when it comes to the Dota from them. 19-6, 22k lead, 33 minutes in.
Yeah, that was
pretty much flawless,
showing.
the cost. There wasn't any mistakes.
Couple of early mistakes, but those that